Hi beautiful people, welcome back. Hope everybody is doing fantastic wherever you are in this world. You guys, I know, but now I must have put out at least 2 videos. The reason I have to make shorter videos is because I'm working totally off my phone, and if I make longer videos than 15 minutes, it takes forever to download. So please forgive me for that. Hope everybody is doing fantastic out there. It's the weekend. Let me know if you've got any special plans. I know I'm heading out back home, and tomorrow I'm going to be busy putting up Christmas decorations, putting up the outside lights. My kids are ecstatic about that, so we're going to have a busy day tomorrow. Before I get into this video, my usual disclaimer: please do not take what I say as fact. Feel free to do your own research and come to your own conclusion. So as you guys are aware, Katie Joy is actually still involved in an active lawsuit. Her last court date was November 21st, where unfortunately things didn't turn out the way people wanted to turn out. People got caught live streaming, which was so disappointing. And then the judge came back and said that she needs 90 days to actually give a response to the default judgment and other things. But you know, the saddest thing about all this is that Katie Joy knows how. Well, she thinks that this lawsuit is a whole load of BS. But you don't think of the worst but hope for the best, you know what I'm saying? But no, not according to her. Katie Joy is still reporting people that are suing her. From the day of her hearing at court, that morning she posted about Robert Shin. After the hearing, she posted about this man. It's like, what is not happening in her mind? Is she that confident about herself? And then what's she gonna do? Cry afterwards when everything is just falling apart? When things don't end up the way she thinks it's gonna end up? Because at the end of the day, we don't know. Nobody knows what's gonna happen, but clearly only she feels that she knows, because why is she still posting? This was actually during the Thanksgiving break. She posted this. She said, "The Sun is reporting something WOACB reported months and months ago. How did this woman just love putting herself in the middle of shit?" Robert Shin allegedly took credit for Meghan Markle's wedding to Prince Harry. Their source is hysterical though. Per The Sun, he took credit for her marrying Harry because his failing production company produced the massive flop, which was one of several other box office bombs by his company. The eyewitness to the sermon said that it wasn't unusual for Shin to conflate his for-profit businesses with happenings within his church. Robert didn't separate his for-profit ventures from the church. He always thought of them together. Yeah, he was calling Meghan's marriage to Harry a win for Shekinah Church, but she had nothing to do with the church. She was only loosely connected to Robert Shin through his production company and his bomb of a movie, the insider added. The Sun also expanded on the IRS probe into Shin. The pastor, who owns multiple business ventures, has been accused of using church donations to fund his for-profit businesses. In one potential tax violation against the church founder, it is alleged that Shin transferred monies from what is believed to be a 501c to a church without declaring income under IRC Section 61. The IRS is in process of gathering additional information in regard to the allegations, according to the documents reviewed by The Sun. Kudos to the insider for this hilarious language. Robert Shin and Shekinah Church did not respond to The Sun's request for comment, though experience tells us that they will deny they ever said anything of the sort. And then she moves on to, and which is now deleted, she says, Robert Shin, 7M and Shekinah Church are presently suing 2 former members and 3 bloggers for defamation and damaging their business. In the lawsuit, they allege damages by this group and that they claim I caused only months earlier. Robert Shin also admits to an extramarital affair with one of the former members that he's suing, an affair he claims to have ended in spring 2022 while I was reporting on him for inappropriate relations with church members. Despite rumors and claims by 7M and Shekinah Church that I have defamed them, I have reported on them based upon interviews with former members, public records, court records, police reports, news articles, depositions, dancer accounts, industry insiders, and dozens of families impacted by this church. While the reports are not always flattering, they are not fabricated or lies. I call bullshit on that, and I'll tell you why. When I express an opinion, the opinion is clearly noted. Churches are public non-profits and not above public criticism and reporting. Now, this is why I say I call bullshit, okay? Who told her? How did she come up with him? Robert Shin was committing immigration fraud. How did she come up with Robert Shin was waterboarding church members? How did she come up with Robert Shin is running people off the road with these cars? How do you get from that to him just having traffic violations? Okay. How do you get from immigration fraud to his daughter marrying somebody else for a green card when he could have at least himself as a dad gotten his daughter a green card? When you are baptizing somebody, she's calling it waterboarding. So look how she's trying to manipulate the situation. It's not your opinions. You're making up, you're fabricating stories to make it sound more juicy for you to attract followers. Also, didn't she say he was committing human trafficking by bringing all these dancers in? How did she come up with human trafficking? Because James Derrick brought in Miranda, his wife. Other dancers brought in other females or other males. Is that what you call human trafficking? When word of a friend comes around, told this friend, oh, we got a good gig going on here, come join us. Is that human trafficking, Katie Joy? And then she goes on and she says, over the past few days, I've been told concerning allegations regarding the Shekinah Church 7M situation. While I cannot go into detail, I will say that families of the dancers are still in. Should urge their loved ones to get out. If at all possible, the situation has gotten really, really dark. These are my opinions. Families can DM for details. What? You explaining that the situation within this church or this organization, whatever you want to call it, is dark, but then you contradict yourself by saying these are your opinions and that people can DM you for details? What? And then she goes on and she says, if a pastor tells you that sleeping with him will bring you closer to God, get the F out of that church. Pastors should not ever sleep with parishioners. And keeps on going. Pastors that rape, abuse, and sleep with female parishioners are not good men of God. They are frauds, cons, and criminals. Losing a family member to a cult is devastating, especially when you know that members are continuing to be abused and there's seemingly nothing that can be done to stop it. But if you are inside and your wife is being abused and you look the other way, you are absolute trash. Could you be talking about James Derrick being trash? Katie Joy, you just digging your hole deeper and deeper. You are aware that 7M, the attorneys, are paying attention to everything that you do. Even if you dirty delete, they still have your shit. What do you know that nobody else knows? Because all the YouTube commentary channels, they all say the same thing. Listen to your attorney, keep your mouth shut, but you can't seem to do that. You were in a cult before and you left. You apologized to your friends, family, and community for the way you acted while involved with the cult, only to join a new cult a few years later with your girlfriend, who is now your wife. You remain in the group despite all evidence that shows the group is dangerous. Make this make sense. James Derrick, can you please make this make sense for this woman in court? Oh, it goes on. A former Shekinah Church member posted this yesterday. They are trying hard to wake up those still inside. I assume she was meaning to say trying. We believe you. It's not your fault. You deserve better. The smiles and dances on Instagram aren't fooling anyone. Nearly a dozen people have left the church due to the allegations and the other information they learned since February 2022. Yet, several with large social media followings remain. And this was allegedly posted by one of the ex-members, and it says, not your fault. You are loved. You have people on your side. TW, the last thing I'm going to do is let the words of a person with rape and abuse allegations hold any weight in any community I belong to. Now this is where I'm going to tell you all, I have zero respect for this woman that claims to be a Midwest mama, dismantling cults one post at a time. Hashtag Team WOACB. Little boys, weak little boys, your fake smiles on Instagram don't fool me one bit. Do better. And the post was, what kind of man stays at a church where women are being sexually abused and his wife being groomed by a pastor? A weak little boy. No man that gives a shit about his wife would ever be okay with their wife being assaulted or groomed. Do better. First of all, this woman, Katie Joy, that has fucking zero respect, that prides herself on dismantling cults, has no respect, no decency, because me that doesn't even deal with cults, and her that says that she's been covering cults for years. What's the one thing that you should not do with a cult member or trying to get somebody out of a cult? Shame them. What is she doing here? She's shaming those that are still in. She has the audacity to call these men, James Derrick is a black man, she's calling him a little boy. That is so fucking disrespectful. Disrespectful to the highest. You want to follow somebody like this that shames cult members, tries to degrade them, tries to disgrace them, and claims to be doing the right thing, and claims that she cares about these people? Wow. She has the audacity to call them weak. You know who's weak, Katie Joy? You and your husband are weak. That's who's weak. You yourself, Katie Joy, you go and you stalk these people's pages. You can't even keep up with your own fucking lawsuit. You have failed twice now with your lawsuit with 7M. The video I just made where people can go and see where everybody else had your lawsuit or knew your lawsuit was filed. You, the ignorant one, didn't even know because you're too busy stalking other people's pages to get the next big story. That's how desperate you want to be for fame. You missed to answer when your dismissal was denied. That's why you have a default judgment. You're so busy shaming cult members, trying to get the next big story, but you can't pay attention to what benefits you, what's good for you, Katie Joy. You're a pathetic human being. You will do anything for money. You can't even focus on what's important for what's in your home. I have zero respect for you. This woman post this. I hope everyone is having a great long weekend. We are chilling here in Minnesota with our tree and the fan favorite dog Frida. I have a big ask and hope you can help. My Instagram and Facebook accounts are both inching towards 100,000 followers. I would love you all to consider following me there if you would. Instagram and Facebook will verify creators after they reach 100,000. Verification helps tremendously to help people know they are following the actual account of the person. The more I've grown, the more accounts I've found parody or troll my page with fake accounts. So if you are over on these platforms, please follow. I actually post on Instagram and Facebook when I'm not working on content here. Right now, I've been in a teal swan rabbit hole. So when you go and follow Katie Joy, I get why she has so many followers. A lot of people hate the daggers. That's her main content, is the daggers. Why would y'all hate? I get it. If you want to go and hate or despise Michelle, Josh Duggar, and Jim Bob, I get that. Why do y'all encourage Katie Joy to disparage the kids? She has been so hard on these kids. Well, I know they're adults now, but I'm saying they trying They are trying. Give them time. All Katie Joy does is shame them, disgrace them, disparage them, and you'll give her all the likes. You'll encourage her to do this. And what is Katie Joy doing? Profiting. Katie Joy was the one to just announce not a few weeks ago, you guys, happy birthday to me. She went and she placed an order for a brand new $80,000 or $90,000 BMW. And in turn, just to try be relatable, has the fucking audacity to post this, to which this meme says, when your child's top gift wish is expensive, obnoxious, or both, isn't that just kick you in the crotch, spit in your face, fantastic? To which she posts, we've officially entered the age of my son wanting gaming consoles and other gaming accessories. We've made it 10 years with dinosaur toys being the best thing ever. Now he wants to play with dinosaurs in a game on a gaming system. Katie Joy, you just bragged about placing an order for a fucking $80,000 car, and you bitching about buying your son a gaming console? You talking about him entering an age where he's wanting. In my opinion, and people are going to come after me for this, but who the fuck cares? Because if she can go after other people how they raise their kids, it's free for all. And when you put yourself first and then want to bitch about buying your son a gaming console, there's a problem. So she saying that he has entered the age. Boo-boo. Kids have entered that age from 5 years old. In my opinion, you have held him back from being in the gaming console space. You kept him with his iPad. Maybe now that he's at school, he's learning about these things from other kids. He's never had that before. Now he has it. He knows what a 10-year-old should be doing. Kids at 10 years old, in my opinion, have moved away from gaming consoles. I don't know if anybody else can attest to this, but every single year, I think for the past 4 or 5 years, my boys have been getting the new consoles that are out. Only this year, there's nothing out because the PlayStation 5 came out, I think at the beginning of the year or last year, I can't even remember. Now they've moved on to, or I have moved them on to gaming laptops and desktops. You're still lucky he's in that phase of gaming. He should have been in that phase. He's a kid. He's a smart kid. You want to come and try to be relatable. No, boo, you're far from relatable. The proper people haven't learned about you, Katie Joy. You have used your son as a pawn all this time. Forget relatable. You are the one that left him with the headache for 3 days. You are the one that doesn't even know that the medication that saves his life has expired. You are the one that couldn't even remember his survival day. You are the one that exploits your son, that puts all his medication on your Instagram and how you are so glad that he's tube fed so you don't have to make dinners and prepare meals. What? Zero respect for you. Never will have respect for you. Look recently how you've been throwing your parents under the bus. Why, Katie Joy? So it's going to give you more attention. More people are going to feel sorry for you. And shame on you guys for feeding her that. All these years she's been saying how well respected her parents are. They've worked so hard all their life. She spoke highly of her parents. Just not so long ago, she did 23andMe, what's that called, a lineage or something like that. My brain is not working. On her ancestors or people, her grandparents, great-grandparents and all that shit. What has changed now? Are your parents trying to talk sense into you? But look at the lengths Katie Joy will go to make that dollar. to get that attention, to gain that sympathy. Which decent human being does that? I'm 48 years old. I don't smoke in front of my parents. I don't curse in front of my parents. I don't even yell in front of my parents because I know respect. That's the way I was raised, to respect your elders. This woman has zero. She has nothing, in my opinion. So all that bullshit on how she always wants to be recognized for doing her mummy duties, get the fuck out of here, Katie Joy. People live their lives like that every day. She, in my opinion, has no even respect for her own followers. This was her latest post. She says, this platform is mine and what I choose to report on is my choice. I do not comment on everything that happens online and shouldn't be forced or harassed to comment on situations that I don't know about or that are part of what I cover here. Comments demanding I speak out on something I've never even spoken about before, nor ever knew existed, won't make me say anything. Any abuse is wrong, period. So all those times, Katie Joy, when you came up with the story, who was it? Marvon McRae, you said your subscribers told you to report on the story. Whatever you report on, you say your subscribers or your followers gave you the story. Now all of a sudden, what don't you want to speak on? You are just a pathetic human being. That's what you are. I do not and never will have respect for you. And I will keep calling you out because you got to earn respect to get respect. And you have zero. And you have zero respect. The only person, you don't even respect yourself. I'm done. I'm truly done. Because this is all bullshit. Absolute bullshit. This woman will sell anything and anybody for $1. So you guys, thank you so much. I think this will be the last video for today. Hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Please be safe out there. Truly mean that because this flu is spreading like wildfire. Please take every precaution. Be kind to one another and don't forget, make good memories. Bye guys.